Ooh, hello there, my fellow theme park designers. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to Sci-Fi versus the Wild West. And we're here at our brand new train station. That is right. I am so excited to finally have this thing built because I think this is our best of all the structures we tried to build prior to this. This is like our shining example, at least of hopefully getting a little bit better at the build module within the game. And don't you just want to like explore? Like I just want to like walk around on this platform and look at all the cool little details and the wheels and the carts and all these little barrels. Like what's in these barrels? Like I just want to explore this place. This thing is super, super cool. But let's zoom far above the planet here and take a look at this. So as you can see, here's our little pathways all milling about through the land. So I decided to take the paint tool and really kind of paint this area out so it feels a little bit more natural. And I have some kind of, almost fake little pathways that lead around, and see how this one kind of breaks away from the real path. It meets up with, of course, the covered wagon, and then meets up with this path over here by the log ride, looking super fancy. And yeah, I don't know, this place is just, I think, coming out really cool, and I think it's time. I think it is. It's time to open the park. So what we need to do to open the park in today's episode, I do promise you we are opening the park. I know you're like, Scott, you've told us that like 3 episodes ago. I promise you it's happening in this episode. So let's get started. And this thing just, does he have rollerblades on? This thing cracks me up every time I see it walking around. This is just like a strikingly odd thing in my like Wild West environment. And I do believe those are rollerblades. So let's zoom back out. And what we need to do to fully accomplish our goal of opening the park today is add bathrooms. We need a few more shops here or there, because once you've entered the area of the West, there is no bathrooms. There's no, kind of like services in the entire area. So let's start brainstorming. Let's start coming up with some ideas and get started with that. So let's go over to our blank area. Of course, this is our future sci-fi land, and start thinking in terms of new structures. So what we need to think about is bathrooms. So let's start with a bathroom. And when you think of a Wild West bathroom, I come up with a porta potty. So let's start with that theme and take that to the next level. So that's first aid. Bathrooms, where are you? Oh, here you are. Awesome. Okay, so bathrooms, boom. Got ourselves a bathroom, guys. I'm super excited. So how do we make this thing super awesome? So why don't we go into our customization, go into our building sets, and find our old West. All right, good. So we got this now. Okay, so how do you make a porta potty, right? Like it's a challenge, right? It's a kind of a challenge. So this instantly looks porta potty-ish. Okay, we got that. And then if we swoop these, oh wait, that's a different style material. I wouldn't think a porta potty would be super fancy, right? Like, that's not super fancy. So what in terms, do we have like this theme in these kind of planks? See these vertical planks? I assume these are the vertical planks. Oh, hello vertical planks. Welcome to my life. So that's gonna look good. So we're gonna place those along there. Let's just keep this simple. Like let's not get super complicated with this. It is a porta potty after all. So something like similar to that looks good. Now roof line, we need to work on that. Let's give this just a quick duplicate. Come on there you go. Give that a quick duplicate. Awesome. So that's like a basic design of a bathroom. Let's just add some more details because it's a little sparse in terms of details. So if we did something like that, there we go, looking sweet. And then jump over here, maybe we can, this is what I love. So look at this. If you go in here like that, you can raise this above here and just add like really cool extra little details. Now, question. I have a question for you. Is our patrons or whoever comes into our park, our guests, do they hit their head on this wood right here? It might be a little too low. So why don't we push that back down and maybe raise that? Oh, there we go, guys. Hey, that's perfect. Nice. And then how about we take this and, I want that not to be, I wish that didn't overlap right there. That's a bit of an unfortunate fact. But if we swoop this around like that, oh, there we go. That's success right there. There, that looks great. You know what? I'm trying to keep this fairly detailed. Just have some little things here and there. But on the other hand, I want it to be fairly, rustic. It's just a porta potty out in the West. So yeah. All right. Let me start working on some windows, some other details. I'll be right back. We now have some bathrooms. That's right, looking super fancy. So I decided to go with 2. So there's just a variety of shapes. They're generally the same, but have a little bit different details. This big bathroom sign up here might be a little much. So I think I prefer this design. I think it's all proportionally built correctly. But I still like this one. It's got a little light over here, a bigger like smokestack over there. And of course, I think there's one on this side. Yeah, just a little wood stove, you know, keep yourself warm while you're using the bathroom. Makes sense. So we got that built up. So what we could do now is we can grab a hold of these and we can duplicate them and take them into our Wild West land. And where throughout this land are people going to need to use the bathroom? So my thoughts are maybe back over here by this area, because of course this is our big old ride back here. So I assume people are going to be getting off this attraction and being like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Where's the nearest bathroom? So maybe back in this little shadowy corner back here. So all right, that's inside of a bush. that's on top of a rock. Maybe this was a little more difficult than I thought. So maybe we could give it a little scoot. Oh, that's perfect. Yay, right there. Yeah, awesome. And we can get rid of that rock, I think, easily. So maybe not. Disregard the rock inside there. You'll have to step over that. But I like this little post right here. That's an unexpected detail, and I really like that. So yeah, I think that's a good spot for one. I think in some of these plains areas along here will be good. And of course, down by the food court. So maybe one here, and then of course, one back by Gears of Fear. And then maybe one out in this little zone right here. And I think our bathrooms will be all set. I never showed you this. Just one day I just got on this game and just wanted to kind of experiment with the build module and movements of different placements. And I built this train and I think it came out kind of cool. We've got the flatbeds with some wood and some barrels, some luggage, some big crates, and of course some railroad ties, some mine carts, and some coffins, and of course a little caboose on the back end. And I think that came out kind of cool. I built this like a week ago and I forgot to show it to you guys. But now we need to work on an ATM. So I know we're starting kind of small, bathrooms, ATMs. We're gonna build up to saloons and larger scale buildings eventually today. But we're gonna start here with this guy. Now my thoughts are what we could do with this is we can jump into our scenery tab and go into our Western tab. And let's see about taking this and disguising it as something else. So my thought was, what if we take a minecart, an empty minecart, and kind of, oh, hello. Can I not have you do that? Oh, nope. I need you to cooperate. So what if we did something like this? We kind of disguised it almost inside the minecart like that. See what I'm doing right there? I think that could be really cool. And then, you know, take some of these different things like pickaxes and where's the TNT? Oh, look at the TNT. Look at how sweet that looks. Doesn't that look awesome? So set that like next to it. What else could we do? Oh, a locomotive trail. Oh, yes, I get it. This is totally what we're gonna do. We're gonna put these things along the edges like that, like it's just kind of built into it. All right, let me see what I can come up with. How about that for an ATM? See how it's built into the minecart like I was saying? Now, I couldn't get the track to work really good. I think we're gonna have to do the track in individual locations. Once we have it in place, we can slide in a little track here or there. I think it'll help with that. Got the TNT there, got a little rope, got a shovel, and got ourselves a big old rock inside. So why don't we grab out that duplicate and let's take this elsewhere. So my thoughts are we would definitely put this over by our food court. Like that just makes sense. And do you remember back in this little corridor over here, we have this little mining operation. So when trains come through here, there's a little explosive and things. So I think it would make sense to put this fairly close to this location. So what if we just did it like right here? My only concern is we've really kind of terraformed the terrain. So we get some of these weird little spots where it just looks a little odd. See right there? So we want to try to avoid that as best we can. And see how it's kind of sinking the TNT into the ground? Where can we do this that's fairly flat? What about up here maybe? Hello, you're underground, come out. Come out. There we go. How do we do this appropriately? And there we are. We have another ATM over by a log ride because people are going to be wanting to ride this ride multiple times, so they're going to need some extra cash. So we've got our TNT, we've got our tools in there, so I think that looks really nice. Now, remember we talked about using some of the rails under the wheels? It's just unfortunately not going to work. It's really disappointing, but even just the ever so slight terrain differences in this area make it so it looks even that wheel slightly caught underground, and it just doesn't look right, unfortunately. But I think having this in this area looks really good. Now I have 2 additional ATMs over by our food court, and I think it makes sense because of course this is one of our major food areas of the park. So we have one here and one there. Now I don't want this to just be constantly in my guest's face like, come on, get some more money, more balloons, more hot dogs. But it's there. It's totally an option for my guests. And this place is just, my gosh, this part is really nice. Now we have the bathroom over there. So yeah, it's a nice little Wild West town. I don't have an ATM in this area, but I do have the bathroom like we talked about before. But in terms of next steps for our guests. What do they need for their enjoyment? I'm kind of feeling like they need the souvenirs. So let's jump into our shops and facilities and see what's in store. So there's some soda, hats. Ooh, hello hats. What are you? Let's see what this is. Oh my gosh, it even has its own ringtone. I love it. So they can get some crowns, some big hats. Oh, I like that. Pirate hats too, sweet. No cowboy hats. There's just no love for the Wild West land. Okay, loony balloons. Oh, I like loony balloons. I love the sound effects. Each one of these stalls has its own unique sound effects. That's amazing. Isn't there another one? Oh yeah, just a memento. Just a memento. I love that. That is so cool. So what we need to think about is how we're going to take these stalls. Hey, I know. I'm working towards it, balloon guy. So yeah, we need to take these stalls and we need to create something around them that fits within the theme of Wild West. So let me get busy. My, oh my, what a wonderful building we now have. Look at this. We've got information, just a memento, and the hat stall. Now, I think I'm going to do a separate, standalone shop for the balloons, but we got those all tucked away into their little spots there. I think that came out really cool. But just like, look at the detail. I think we have finally mastered the building mechanic, at least to the next level. Look at the detail. We got this little upper level, little balcony. Now, this is all pointless, just extra theme details. Got the little pulley thing, got the crates. I think that came out really cool. So of course this has the information kiosk. Now I just realized I can swap out these things. I did test it, so you can take out, and then maybe if you want to just put food stalls in each one of these things, you're like, totally do that. But I think this is looking super fancy. Very cool. Now my only sad fact is there's no cowboy hats. And that makes Scar sad inside, but that's okay. So let's zoom out and what's next? So we've got a food court. We now have a place for our guests to go and get some mementos, get some information. Next thing, first aid. So I was looking at the items here in our shops and facilities, and where is it? First aid. So we now have this thing. So we have first aid and potentially another place for a bathroom. So if we do have our bathroom, say we have another place for a bathroom. So yeah, I love this. So just give me some more time, like give me another hour or so. Let me put together something. Just like I said, we built ourselves a nice little building. I'm very pleased with it. We got the bathroom on the right, got the first aid on the left-hand side. And the most kind of odd and morbid thing of the whole thing is, look at this. We've got a little Undertaker cart in the back of the first aid. So this is like the town doctor. And so for the doctor, I thought, you make it a little bit fancy. You get the bricks, you get the higher detail posts, see the green posts, and they're a little bit more detailed. So I think that fits. Also the fancier brass lights, and that kind of goes with the theme of a doctor. Whereas this, it's a little bit more rustic. Got the lesser details a little bit, but over here it's a little bit more polished. Now my concern is using this wider deck, and I wanted to try this over what I did on that side, which was those the skinnier pieces, that if guests walk over this? That's my question. But yeah, this is great, guys. Got the Undertaker back here with the shovel, and it looks like, yeah, I need to move the shovel up just ever so slight, but yeah, I think that came out really cool. And so we have two things now. So we have the bathroom, first aid, and of course our just a memento shop. So we need to start thinking about where these are gonna go. So, I've got to think about that. But what else do you think we need to build? I think generally some standalone things, just some like simple little shops. And I want to start working on those. So something with balloons, something with food. Also, we need to think about building maybe a little house. So let's start working on that. And welcome back. And we're high above the park here on our Ferris wheel. And after a lot of work over in our creative test area, I have some amazing designs to show you, but I had to just jump up here in the Ferris wheel. We've never ridden the Ferris wheel before, and look down over the park at all the beautiful details down here. And yeah, excuse my friends here. They're not very talkative, but yeah, this was pretty cool to jump up here and see throughout the entire land. But I know what you want to see. You want to see those buildings. So let's do this. So I've been working really hard on these details, and this one right here, this one I think came out really spectacular, and I thought, why don't I just try to add some landscaping around it just to see how we can kind of position things. And I think this came out really cool. We have the rocks, we have the plants and trees, and one fun thing to do with the trees is, take a couple different parts of them. So take the big dried stump, take the kind of the one with the little spindly branches and combine them into this really cool design. And of course here it's kind of a saloon. So, you know, you have some doors and these can be swapped out for additional stalls. So say you want to have a drink stall and something along those lines, you can swap out these windows, remove the hitching posts. We got the upper level there looking super fancy. And then on the back side, lots of details all around. So I think that came out really cool. Of course, you know, the little cart over there. Now moving over here, this is our first kind of single standalone shop that we've done outside of the food court. So I think this is nice. Once again, like I said, you can swap out the interiors here for whatever style you want this. Maybe we want to do the balloons, you know, maybe this is the balloon shop. Kind of looks balloon, right? Kind of has a balloon design. This could go next to the, where's the doctor's office. So it can kind of go there. It's kind of, has some of the same elements. Now moving down, I tried to make a house. Not 100% satisfied with the house. It's, you know, maybe if we remove the awnings, maybe if we got rid of the green, we could start getting to somewhere. But yeah, I think it's passable. Like, I think it looks decent. But I don't know. I'm not 100% satisfied with that one yet. But let's zoom in here real quick. So I think we got the donuts. And we got the drinks over there, so that's okay. I don't know. This one's still bugging me because I think we can do better, but I like the general design. Like, I think that looks nice, but is it a house? I'm not 100% sure. Ah, look at this one. This is just a solid design, I feel like. You got the, you know, the awnings here. We have details around the awnings. The hitching post, look at these things. Like, super, super detailed. Hi, guys. I know, I'm waving back. Oh, is that pizza? Oh, it's pizza guy. Oh, I didn't even know this was pizza. I just threw whatever one was in there. Anyway, some details around the back, of course. So always think about the back when you're building and think about just all the little details. And of course, when you're building Wild West sets like this, the majority of them had very fancy facades. What I mean by that is the facade is this face of the building right here. Whereas this back section over here was usually kind of like, not so much detail. So that's why there's lesser design doors in the back. Not as fancy. And of course, a lot of them had these big old like pieces, marquees on the front. And then on the back, it was like a, you know, a more rundown design over here, but it's very fancy and detailed on the front. So I think that looks really cool. I've got a little smoke coming out of the chimney, ever so beautiful. Now we've got to find out where all of these things are actually going to go. So this took a long time to put all these together, but I think they all came out really cool. When you think in terms of these three, these almost kind of go in a set together. See how they kind of have the green accents, fairly detailed, whereas this one over here is a little bit more rustic. Maybe this one can actually go with this set right here, whereas these two go well together. So if I had another single standalone shop that was kind of in this design right here, these two could go really well together. So it's like two separate towns. You see what I think right there? Also, I did one other thing. Gotta show it to you. I've been busy. I've been super busy. I made one additional bathroom that didn't have a pointy roof. So I think that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to do one that was like slightly different and didn't have a pointy roof. And we've got to figure out where all of these things are actually going to go within the land. So let me start kind of planning out some master plans of our food and merchandise. We're high above the park now, looking down at our new guest service buildings, which I'm super excited about. So let's start in this little spot right here. So zooming down in this spot, I wanted this one to look a little bit like a house. So it's got its kind of windmill over in the side and it's kind of out on the prairie. So we got that one set up. So I might make some adjustments to that one, but this is where I'm really excited. Down here with these huge structure buildings. These are so magnificent. Look at the scale of some of these buildings. And I built just a little road going through the center. I'd like to add some smaller buildings along the lines of, you know, just maybe some standalone buildings in the area to kind of fill it in a little bit. But these two buildings took a very long time. So we're going to have to hold it at that for now. And just some details here. We got our, and my speed up? Oh, speeds up a little bit. So we have the fire over there. We have our little camp and some little crates and things. So moving down this way, this one's kind of cool because it's in a little bit of a forest. So this area, I'm going to continue to add more and more trees to the area. Of course, this is the entrance to Gears of Fear and just some additional buildings along the lines of, you know, our doctor's office, you know, a small food area. And so if I can fill in maybe 3 or 4 more buildings in this area, but look at the detail in these ones. Oh, I'm so pleased with the way this has come out. So yeah, we now have all of the guest services that I think we're going to need for the area. Over here, of course, this is where we're going to build our gigantic mine car roller coaster. So that's going to be really cool. So we're going to start that in our next episode, but it is finally time. And we are going to do a beta test, a green light, or maybe a pre-order or something along those lines of a test to see how guests interact with our park. So let's do it. Wait, wrong tab. Whoops, my bad. Here it goes, guys. Are you ready? Can I get some super duper park opening hype in the chat? So hashtag super awesome park opening hype, and let's do it. There we go. We are status open. Now, how do I make sure my attractions are all open? Here we go. So I'll open that. I'll open that. Is that open? Oh, that is open. What is that? Oh, Gears of Fear. How come my train is not open? Huh. Let's go take a quick look at the train here and see why that's not opening. Do I have to manually do it here? Oh, okay. Whatever. Got it to work. Okay, so while my guests are starting to file in, what I'd like to do really quick is just add a couple more benches along the pathway. So let's jump into our scenery. Let's hit our Western and come on, give me it. Where are you? Where are you? There's my park extras. There they are. There's my benches. These are nicer benches. I might actually put these in this little town here because this town's nice, right? This town's super fancy. They have fancy benches here. There we go. No, I think I'm gonna go back to these. These just fit more with the theme, right? Yeah, totally. So I'm gonna put some of these guys along the edges, and I'm really like apprehensive. Like I don't know what's gonna happen now that we have the park open. So things could get a little crazy, or 5 people show up and be like, psh, this park's nothing. I'm going back to Disneyland. I don't like Scarland. All right. So we got those down, and then if we add just a couple little oh, hey, we can actually place those outside of the pathway. Oh, that's actually better. I like that 100 times better. There we go. Oh, also it's really cool is, you know, these aren't guest access areas, but you can just make a little pathway, you know, up into here and back to where we have our caretaker and stuff along those lines. So I think that looks really nice. So just getting enough garbage cans because people could be so messy, can't they? Just pigs, I say. I'm gonna go there. I've never seen more people get so like, at theme parks, like I don't know why people think when you're in like an attraction queue or something along those lines, that's like totally cool just to like leave your garbage on the ground. Just somebody else is gonna pick it up. It's like, come on, that's just like the worst human mentality ever. It's like, yeah, somebody else can do it for me. I'm just gonna put my little water bottle here in Mr. Toad's mouth. He's thirsty, you know, he wants it. It's like, gosh, people drive me crazy, don't they? All right. Oh, and the worst off, like throwing things at like characters and attractions. That's why we need security. We don't have security in this park, but believe me, if we had security, there'd be security all over the place. Security cameras, making sure nobody trashes our stuff. I'm actually gonna speed up this all the way so I can see if a lot of guests start entering the park. Oh, we're getting guests. Oh, we gotta go check it out, guys. We gotta go check it out. Our pre-release of the park. Our green light pre-release of the park. 10 guests, guys. 14, 15, 18, 20. Woohoo, there we go. Let's see, hold on. I wanna add a couple more benches in this area right here. Hold on. Oh, 100. Wow, we're doing really well. Let me just drop down a couple benches in this area. There we go, looking good. Somewhere for people to sit down and have some time to recoup, because that's like in theme parks when you need to kind of recoup after a long time of like doing stuff. You gotta sit down, relax for a little bit. Okay, I think we're good, guys. I think we're good. Okay, so let's close out of there. And wow, we have 700 guests. Okay, they're here. They're here, everyone. Oh my gosh, look at them all go. They're like little beautiful ants just flowing into my park for good times. I love it. This is great. How many are we gonna get? Oh my gosh, we have 1,000 people in the park already. I mean, I'm like the best theme park designer ever. I mean, what did I expect? Actually, I truly didn't think this many people would show up. I mean, we only have like, how many rides? We have 1, 2, 3. Seriously? Oh, 4. We have the train. I was thinking like, yeah, we'd probably get like 200-300 people in the park. I had no idea. We're getting so close to 2K. Oh, this is amazing. Where are they all going? I bet they're going to the train, right? Because like, that's where I would go, the train. This train's amazing. That's where I like to go at Disneyland, like straight to the train, quick relax and ride around the park. I know, I'm weird. Okay. Hey guys, this is open. The train, nope. Come on guys, the train. I put so much work into that train. Come on. Somebody, look. Come on. cast member with the amazing mustache, please tell this group right here they want to ride the train. Nope, they're getting away. Come on, guys, the train's right here, please. Oh, I'm super sad right now that nobody's going in the train, guys. Oh, what are they riding this boring old Ferris wheel? Oh, seriously, are you kidding me? They want to ride the Ferris wheel. They're just all bunching up right here to ride the Ferris wheel. All right, everything should be open. Gears of Fears. I found out a few of my attractions were actually closed, so I've got everything set back up. So eventually, like I said before, this will become sci-fi out this direction. But let's follow these guests and see where they're going. They look like, oh my gosh, what have I done? I think our pathway is a little too short. This is like modern day Disneyland right here. Oh my gosh, we truly made a Disney park right now, guys. We did it. We've achieved Disney park status. Oh my gosh, look at them all. They are all so excited to get into the ride. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. All right. Is there enough room in this queue? Because I even expanded it out a little bit because I thought it'd be cool to have it a little bit closer to this area because you'd be able to see, you know, the ride vehicles coming down the hill. Oh my gosh. It's filling up. This entire queue is filling up. Okay, apparently they like this ride. Like, we succeeded in the fact that people apparently are all over the WOG ride. Very happy about that. How are we doing over here? Looks like people are getting some food, getting some information. It's important to get your information, get your maps, get all your things. Nobody's getting mementos. Nobody's getting hats yet. Bathrooms, yep, bathrooms in use over there. Very, very cool. The train is the most disappointing thing I've ever seen in my life. There was still nobody riding the train, which I will admit, I'm not going to be ashamed that there is a tear running down my cheek. Down this way, how's Gears of Fear doing? Oh yeah, look at Gears of Fear. Looking super fancy, I love it. Look at all the little people running down there for good times down at the Gears. How are we doing over here? I'm in the bushes, sorry. Is this attraction not open? Oh, it's not open. Let me open that up. There we go. Is that one open? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. So nobody's going this way. Yeah, there we go. Hey guys, we got Slurpees. I got pizza. Got them all. Anything you need, I got them. Looks like people were enjoying the benches already. Oh, this is so amazing. Why didn't I open the park sooner? This is incredible, except for my FPS is now dropped to 17. Might be the fact that there is like 1,000 guests in this queue over here, but it looks like they started to funnel in. There's not a big bottleneck anymore in front of the entrance, but there we go, guys. Our park is now open, and look at them all running about, enjoying their day. Like, I can't be more happy to see this. This is great. We should have opened this long ago, but it's now open. We've got our guest service buildings all set up. I think we did some really amazing things in terms of building within the game. I'm very excited about even duplicating those, putting them elsewhere. And yeah, guys, like, thank you so much for watching today. I really, really hope you enjoyed. And please, oh, finally, we got passengers on the train. Oh, let's ride the ride with them. That's right, we're gonna ride it with them. Oh, this is too cool, too cool. Wait, this is the wrong train. Oh, well, that's disappointing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Good Times with Scar, and we were on the fastest train ride in all of the West. And until next time, we'll see you later.